Greetings and salutations, all my friends and family, fans and followers of the Zita Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining us here for episode 102 of The Revolution, our special pre-Wrestlemania episode. And once again, as always, I am your host with the most from the east to the west coast, like peanut butter on your breakfast toast. The one-take wonder, the man who will steal your thunder, the one, the only, Emperor Zita! And I am coming to you from the Fortress of Solitude here in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada, this week. That's right, it is WrestleMania, so I have my predictions for the big show for you this week. It is going to be a fantastic show. You guys got to check it out, especially if you're wrestling fans. It is a great time for wrestling. 30 years of WrestleMania. Now, I myself have been to 2 WrestleManias, 6 and 18, both of them with Hulk Hogan headlining, one against the Ultimate Warrior, who's going into the Hall this year, one against The Rock. I've seen some of the greatest matches ever at WrestleMania. I've seen the streak defended. I've seen titles change hands. And I am a lifelong Hulkamaniac. That's why I am wearing this shirt, and that's why I'm so excited for Hogan to be the host of this year's WrestleMania. And anybody who says that professional wrestling is fake is a complete idiot. It's not fake. Yes, it's choreographed and staged. But tell me that when you're jumping 15 feet off the top of a cage and landing on someone else's body, it doesn't hurt. These guys know how to take the hits. They're professional wrestlers, hence the word professional. So don't try this shit at home. Got it? Good. Now, that's enough from me. Let's get on with the show. Rock and roll, baby! And here we go.
Hello. Mr. Man knows how to make emergency calls to hubby's cell phone and the house phone. My cell phone. Smart cookie. We are getting more steadier on our feet. Now he knows Anthony can pick himself up and stand up on his own after he's fallen and walking. We've got teeth 9, 10, and 11 in the works. All 3 seem to be trying to come in at the same time, though he hasn't been too happy lately. I've got a bit of a cough this week and runny nose. The same thing goes with Catherine. Luckily I haven't gotten it yet. Instead of this week, I had an extra couple hours babysitting door repairs. Tomorrow's Sunday. Well, I think there's some sort of wrestling event going on. Nothing too big. Not in my eyes, anyway. Hubby's obsessed because he's been counting down for like the past 3 months. But yeah, it's WrestleMania. Hubby's not doing too well. He's sick to his stomach, been throwing up. He's worse than a child when he's not feeling well. He's a big sucky baby. So past couple of days, 2-3 days, I've had 3 kids. And last week was a little scary. Last week was an emergency visit with a swelling throat. Now we've got an upset stomach and throwing up, being all whiny. So yeah, it's like having 3 kids home this week.
Give me all you got. Let me go. They come and rock the world. Let me go. They make me shimmer and shake.
So it is finally here. It is finally time for WrestleMania 30. I think it's going to be a great show, probably one of the best WrestleManias of all time, just because of some of the names that are appearing. So the rumors are that we're going to see Austin, we're going to see The Rock, we know we're going to see Hogan. Hopefully the Ultimate Warrior puts the paint back on. Just the Hall of Fame class alone is going to be fantastic. It does suck, though, that I couldn't watch the Hall of Fame because we live in Canada. We don't get the network in Canada. Anyways, on to my predictions for the show, because it's going to be packed. It's going to be a nuts, crazy kind of show. I'm just hoping that we do see Vince McMahon come back tonight.
It's closer time.
Start with the pre-show match, which is going to be the 14 tag match. Now, to be honest, the only 2 teams that really matter in here are the Usos and the Real Americans. Ryback and the Matadors don't have a shot. So I'm going to go with the Real Americans because they've been pushing them a lot lately. I think it'll be good to put the titles on them. Then we have the Divas Invitational. That's going to be such a waste of time. 14 divas in one ring when they can't even have a good match between 2 divas. I'm really hoping to see AJ Lee retain here. That's my pick.
I am serious, bro!
Now for the Andre Battle Royal. 30 men, 27 of them, 3 names are left blank. I'm thinking that one of the guys from the Hall of Fame is going to be in the Rumble. But if I have to go with a winner, everybody's saying the Big Show, but no. I don't think it's the Big Show. The Big Show is technically the favorite because he's one of the biggest guys in the Rumble. But my money is on Dolph Ziggler. The way they've been sort of pushing Ziggler lately, I got a feeling it's going to be Ziggler. But as for my dark horse pick, I'm hoping Zack Ryder, baby. Zack Ryder go over in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania.
Woo, woo, woo. You know.
You want to talk about a career resurgence? That'll restart it all back up again. How awesome would it be if Ziggler and Zack Ryder were the last 2 guys in the ring?
Bye, yeah.
Then we have the Shield versus Kane and the Old Age Outlaws. And the Shield is going to destroy them. Roman Reigns is going to get the pin and he's going to be dominant. But I think this is going to tease a bit of the breakup of the Shield. Even though I like the idea of them as faces, I think the Shield would work as a great face faction, destroying all the evil in the WWE. Speaking of evil, the match I'm looking forward to the most because I think it is going to be the best match of the night. It's going to definitely be the show stealer, something that people aren't expecting to be the top match. And that's Cena versus Bray Wyatt. I got a feeling Wyatt is going to go over in this match, and to a degree that Cena is going to be out for a couple months due to injury. So my money is definitely on Bray in this match. Either way, it's going to be fantastic to watch them go. Then we have the Streak. That's right, the Streak versus the Beast. Taker versus Lesnar. And if anybody thinks that Taker's streak is going to be broken by a part-timer like Lesnar, then they are dreaming. This is going to be the most brutal match of the night. I think it's going to be the most physical because they both have very physical pound and ground styles. But at the end of the day, the streak is not going to be broken. The Undertaker is going to go 22-0. And then finally, I guess you would say the 2 main events of the night, right? So first off is Triple H versus Daniel Bryan to see who goes into the triple threat at the end of the night. Daniel Bryan all the way. The F movement is too strong not to take advantage of it right now. Triple H will actually do the job because that is what's best for business. Nobody wants to see Triple H become a 14-time champion. I'm sorry, but it's true. And the best part is going into the main event. That's right, Batista Orton. And in my opinion, it's going to be Daniel Bryan to finish it off as the 3rd member of that triple threat. And yes, Daniel Bryan is going to go over. But that whole arena at the end of the night will be chanting along with Daniel Bryan. Mark my words, he is going to get the biggest pop of anybody all night long.
Yes! 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 Oh, she got it too. The weirdest song. On the last time, I got a huge. Just huge. It was on last time school. But no, Miss Adams also sold it to new people just moved in on Sunday. And the lady so busy started to go in. It's a beautiful weather today. Right up on the door. Like me. And like this. So I made a new color. Oh, yeah. Can you pass me my paper, please? Thank you. I'm taking my baby water. Okay, check this color. I'm using. Catch a 22 and so tired. I'm playing catch your fantasy. This morning I counted to 100. Looking for gold. We can look at them together. Superheroes. Oh, look at them. He's a pirate. He has an iPad. His beard is much, much, much bigger than Mona. Polaris, Professor X, Quicksilver. Wow, that's a funny name. Spider-Man. Oh, he's turning red. Cool. Captain America. The Thing. Whoa, it's clobbering time. Whoa. I love that picture.
Don't let go. By the flip of a switch, everything has changed. With no memory of trying to recall, electric nights leave me waiting for the fall, waiting for the fall, waiting for the fall.
Hello people, it is comic book day. That's right, it's comic book day, and I'm here with my little prince, the bucket to my Captain America. We are headed down to Excalibur Comics. We're going to talk to Rob and Fred. It looks like this winter has finally broken. We have some nice weather today. A little chilly, but at least there's some sun. No rain, no snow, which is awesome. So, we're going to go down and talk to the boys, see what they have to say. Let Anthony play around a little bit, and we will see you soon, people. See you soon, people. Once more into the breach. So as you can see, we made it back down here to Excalibur Comics, the greatest comic shop in the world. We're going to head upstairs, talk to Rob and Fred, see if maybe Paul and David will be here. Just loving this beautiful weather today. It's fantastic to do that with Anthony. But now it's time for the most exhausting part of my week. These steps of doom. That's right, steps of doom.
This is Excalibur Comics, 3030 Bloor Street West, upstairs above the Kingsway Theater.
I want to start with She-Hulk #3. Why is that? Because the $2.99 book, which is incredibly rare for Marvel to just put out now. I'll plug a $2.99 a Marvel book. Basically, it's Ally McBeal with gamma radiation. So I would recommend it for two things: the She-Hulk and what's the name of this guy? I think his name is Dr. Doom something whatever. But anyway, I recommend it, even though I'm not picking it up. How's that? Next book I am picking up, and Drake Park, I do like his writing. Unfortunately, I've never been a big fan of the artwork, but I'm honestly say the artwork has now improved on this book. So Aaron Kuzer is doing an excellent job of doing a nice artwork on this. And this is, of course, going to lead up to the crossover book called Doomed, the latest issue of Action 30. That's another good DC title for you to pick up. Another thing I want to recommend is, of course, Mark Millar. I don't want to say he can do no wrong, but it's always interesting when he writes something. And one of the books that he's putting out now for Image is Starlight, and basically we're dealing with an old Flash Gordon. Well, we can't say Flash Gordon, but we know it's Flash Gordon. And basically coming out of retirement, I am picking this one up, and it's a $2.99 book. How's that? The next book I'm going to recommend, Family Business, Amazing Spider-Man. Mark Waid's working on this little sucker here. He's a talented guy, and again, whatever he writes is always usually quite good. So this is a nice little interesting graphic novel for you guys to pick up if you want to. You know, it's a little more on the tad more expensive side, but $25. I can't say you can't go wrong. Well, we'll see. Anyway, Warren Ellis. I really like Warren Ellis as a writer. He's one of the best writers in comics, in my opinion. Art's not the best in the world, but that's okay, and Warren Ellis is doing that. Magneto, I've been told, is one of the best new books that have come out by Marvel. Dark, little series that's well done, well written and well drawn. I would recommend that You pick it up for the simple fact that this is not your average Marvel book, but actually a quite different type of book. Chuck Dixon and Paul Lacey are on a book that I would never pick up in a million years, but because these two are doing it, I would recommend it. And I would recommend you pick up G.I. Joe Special Missions number 13 just for the artwork. Interesting book, and I strongly recommend it to you. And again, I love this artist. His name's Richard Corbin. Richard's been drawing comic books since the 70s, working on Eerie and Creepy and a lot of other books. So, The Premature Burial by Richard Corbin, I strongly recommend that one too. The last but not least of all these books that I want to plug, I do love the artist in this one, even though somebody says it's a stiff, stiff art and stuff. Phil Nolan does an excellent job with Black Widow. This is issue 5. I like the painted look to it. It's quite nice. There we go. We're done.
Well, let's see how prophetic I am. Who might be the next president and the Prime Minister of U.S. and Canada? We're going to go with Hillary Clinton and Justin Trudeau. Basically because the way Gary Bell did it in Spaceman. He predicted Obama was going to win 2 years before he actually won. We're going to go through how he did it, through the royal bloodline. Of course, Trudeau, they say, and Clinton are related. They're cousins somehow, 10 cousins and so forth. Hillary Clinton is also related to Jean Chrétien. Chrétien royal bloodline goes all the way to the King of France, Philip II. So he's like the 23rd great-grandson of Philip II, French monarch, who's also related to other famous Canadians, such as Céline Dion. She's related to the French bloodline as well. Shania Twain is related, same as Justin Bieber. He's related to Celine Dion. So all these famous Canadians we all worship and idolize are actually royalty. Go back again to Genesis 6. They say the Nephilim, the Titans, the children of the gods that came to Earth. They will be the leaders and the heroes of mankind. So I'm going to go with that theory. Back to Malaysia Airlines, keep looking at that story and nothing makes sense. So again, we're going to say it's more like a false flag, like Sandy Hook and Boston bombing. Nothing makes sense. They keep changing their lines. So maybe it actually never did happen. Cell phones on board, you couldn't track it with modern cell phones with GPS and so forth, let alone the engines and the black box and so forth. Just doesn't make sense. NORAD, they know every plane on the sky on both sides of the Earth, and they can't give us anything. NSA, they can't give us anything. So I think it's a false flag. And as Gary Bell said, you look at Rolling Stones, they had a concert. Mick Jagger, his mate, killed herself, and it's very reminiscent, according to Gary Bell, that he is one of those ancient gods, or he tries to portray himself, or maybe he is ancient god where he has his followings and so forth. I forget which god it is, but the tour is reminiscent of what's to happen. And he says the tour will end up in Israel, and just like the plane off Perth, the tour started in Perth and ended in Israel, it will end in Israel. So he says Israel will probably finally, just like the plane disappeared, the wall between Israel and Palestine will actually come down, and he says probably Palestine will have its own state, saying that's why it's sort of like a occult message to the illuminated ones that this is coming about in the future. So that's another prophecy, who knows. And my final prophecy is NHL. The Leafs are losing, and I think they're losing just like the Washington Capitals and Detroit. Is basically to facilitate Columbus getting into the playoffs. Columbus, I would predict, will go all the way to semi, or if not the finals, and they'll be upset by a Pacific team in the LA or Anaheim, who will eventually win the cup. You gotta have a Southern team win the cup every other year or every 2 or 3 years, just to promote the game in America, especially the Southern states.
Well, that's it. It's over. Another one is done. Thank you for joining us for episode 102 of the Zita Nation. And come back next week for a brand new episode of The Revolution right here on YouTube. Go back and check out all 101 of my other episodes right here on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel, one word, Emperor Zita, right here on YouTube. Pick up your Drop Dead Pinups Electric Night CD, check them out on iTunes, grab one of their t-shirts, and follow them on Twitter for all the news about their brand new album at Drop Dead Pinups. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as I live tweet during WrestleMania at Emperor Zita. head down to Excalibur Comics for all of your comic book and conspiracy theory related needs. And welcome to WrestleMania!